Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Hedera and Hbar. So with that being said, let's just dive in and let's start off with the overall price action. So one thing that I've been very vocal about with Hbar is that anything under 10 cents, I feel confident about buying for the long term. Anything under 5 cents, there's no question about it. If we go all the way back in time, so we want to go all the way back here to about roughly 2020. This is before the big move started to happen, right? Now, this time frame here was all under 10 cents, right? And the craziest thing is there wasn't a lot of opportunity under 5 cents. During this time here, you had about roughly a year of just under 5 cents. But what happened next is the big moves. And this was all a 10x plus gain, all of it. Now, where we are at currently speaking, and this is what the chart looks like, it almost looks like the inverted chart from 2020 into 2021, where we actually have 2021 over here, and this is 2020. Going into the next major run-up, in my opinion, with what we have with Hbar, all of the news, all of the substance, everything happening around the DeFi sector for Hedera, all the big announcements, everything. I do believe that Hbar has enough substance to push it well beyond $1. The main thing that we are addressing and what we are looking for is just to regain the all-time high. Once we break out and go into price discovery, from there we need to be very, very vigilant, and we need to make sure that we are, practicing risk management, where we are taking profits off the table, because it is so damn crucial to de-risk yourselves when things are looking very, very good. At this current moment in time, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm not even worried about selling any of my assets simply because we are extremely early into this next major run up. And when we look at most of these charts, like, they're absolutely killed. Like, nobody really cares about crypto at this current moment in time, if I'm being honest. So I just feel so confident accumulating a lot of these tokens like Hbar, for an example, because it's extremely undervalued at this current moment in time. And it's still extremely overlooked as well because, like I said, retail is barely even here. Outside of this, though, I do want to go over a few things that we've seen today. The first one was hashtag stand with crypto. So this has been a movement that's been happening ever since the SEC has been really kind of targeting crypto. And we even do see from Hedera themselves, Hedera Chief of Policy joined dozens of Web3 founders at the Stand with Crypto Lobby Day, a remarkable showcase of joint advocacy for blockchain and DLT. And I also like this campaign from Coinbase, where it's essentially talking about the future of money doesn't move on a money truck, right? 12 million more Americans own crypto than use ride sharing monthly. 5 times more Americans own crypto than electric vehicles. 20% of Americans own crypto. 22% of Democrats, 18% of Republicans, and 22% of independents. And I think that this is a great campaign. Listen, we already know that the future of payments and the future of money is really not what we see in the traditional world. I mean, money itself, and I even say this when I talk about XRP, because we have faster payments. Listen, there's no question about that. I could send a PayPal transaction right now. I could send a Cash App, Venmo, you name it. The problem is that too many don't understand the actual underlying technology. And what do I mean by that? Well, I could send a payment fast. It doesn't mean that it's going to settle fast. And also imagine the fees. PayPal fees are astronomical. And if you're talking about Venmo, Cash App, not too bad on fees, but again, it's not going to settle instantly. See, the problem is that the traditional world is putting a cover over things, right? The cover is a user interface. Oh, here's a digital app. It makes payments look futuristic, but realistically speaking, the underlying rails are not up to date. And that's where crypto and blockchain and DLT come into place. That's the future of money. And I do think that we're already kind of starting to see this being innovated on. Shout out to Helix, by the way, Helix 1984. They tagged me in this tweet. I figured I would put it in the video because, hey, they tagged me. Some great information as well. The largest payment provider in the world, Worldpay Global, and I've broken this player down multiple times. They are a giant with FIS. working $2 trillion with Hedera to process payments between banks and Visa, MasterCard for merchants around the world, including Amazon, Walmart, AliExpress, to name a few, probably nothing. And here you guys have innovating with industry leaders. Worldpay's proof of reserve solution coming 2024. And Hedera is the DLT storage of Oracle data. And they're also tapping into Hashport as well, Axiom, for enterprise-grade Oracle solution. This is very exciting. Listen, this also proves just how big of a player Hedera is becoming. And I'm very excited about the future, especially around what Hedera is becoming. They are a giant behind enterprise-grade adoption and enterprise-grade use cases as well. And also, Danny Ide put a spotlight a little bit on the future of payments as well. And we do see, hopefully after this, you'll have a really good idea of why it's a big deal and why we at Worldpay Global and companies like Hedera and Visa and others are really excited. And this is, again, talking about building trust for merchant stablecoin settlement. This is the game changer because settlement itself needs to be updated. It is so crucial. And who better to tap into than Hedera with the most efficient DLT of choice in this space at this current moment in time. And we do see we are the largest payment processor and provider of merchant settlement in the world. We process about $2 trillion annually around the world of consumer payments into businesses. We do that across dozens of countries, dozens of payment methods, over 100 currencies. And here you guys have who is Worldpay. They break it down. 1,000 plus partners, 1 million plus merchant locations. This is the domino effects that I talk about so much on this channel. We've been around for almost 10 years in the space. We work with pretty much all of the large exchanges. We work with them across 40 plus countries. We've done a lot in the space, including launching Apple Pay and Google Pay for the crypto ecosystem, and are really proud. Down here, I asked a question. So what's wrong with this? We could say nothing's wrong because $25+ trillion a year move on this rail. It supports millions of merchants. It's created trillion-dollar companies if you combine Visa and MasterCard together, but I think it could be better. And here you guys have, well, what's wrong with it? Well, nothing's wrong if, and here you guys have all of the problems around payments. This is talking about the weekend and holiday restrictions, the 1 to 5 day settlement time, and things like that. As we really kind of look at what is going on with payments and payment technology, there's inefficiencies around the clock with payments. This is the biggest problem. And again, you have to be dependent on almost everyone. We do see each party and their respective banks are comfortable with each other's business model. There isn't a failure in any of the 5+ single unique points of failure. Each party is happy with the service level provided by the other parties, FX fees. The money movement is simple enough to reconcile. End-to-end traceability across money movement isn't required nor desired. The merchant doesn't want their money faster despite the increasing cost of capital environment. The parties don't care about improving the status quo. Like, there's a lot of problems here, right? And we do see, why is this like interesting? So what we've done is we've left the left side the same, but we now taken to the right side of the transaction and we put it on 24/7, 365 rails with no blackout dates and made it a heck of a lot cheaper and had a few other benefits added as well. And here you guys have the benefit. And this is where you start to see a lot of the world change. And we're talking about immediate change. I mean, we're talking about minutes in terms of settlement with no blackout dates, which I do think that if we start to really kind of tap into the DLT layers a little bit more, I think that we could achieve settlement in seconds, which would be a huge game changer. But outside of that, this is a big change. And we do see, but what has it not solved? We've only really brought transparency and auditability of blockchain onto a portion of that four-party model. We haven't really done anything to increase confidence. We haven't really made the first half of any more efficient. And this is where we start to kind of see a lot of the problems be alleviated through stablecoins. Stablecoin adoption is going to be a game changer. And this is where Hedera really kind of comes into place. This is where Axiom comes into place. And this is where things get very exciting around the FIS GC membership announcement, which we've tried to break down multiple times in the past on what their use case is specifically going to be. This seems like the use case part of the picture. And you know what's funny about this? What have we talked about in the past multiple times with Hedera? And we're talking about going all the way back to 2021. It's this slide here that gets me very, very excited. You see Visa and MasterCard there? They're tapping into DLT as well. Why are they? They can't scale without fees increasing. If they could scale and have their fees stay the same, right? They are going to tap into that technology layer. And that technology layer is going to be DLT blockchain. Game changer. Absolute game changer. Outside of this, we already know payments on Hedera are extremely efficient, scalable, real-time, and affordable payments in Hbar, supported stablecoins, or your own cryptocurrency. Ultra low fees, high scalability, immediate settlement. This is what the future of payments is. The future of payments isn't, sending a transaction on PayPal, paying an astronomical fee, and having it settle in 3 to 5 days. That's not the future of payments. This is the future of payments. This is what we are looking at. And by the way, when we look at Hedera, outside of just a lot of these big announcements with like Worldpay, for an example, we just recently witnessed a month of no stopping. No stopping. Here you guys have August. They call it mass institutional adoption. We call it August on Hedera. Welcome to the Hbar ecosystem, where we've seen Hyundai and Kia, sustainable supply chains, Shinhan Bank, international remittances, FSCO, MasterCard integration, Galaxy, next generation creator economy, validation cloud, EVM equivalents, staking rewards as well, network data transparency. Like all of this happened in one single damn month. This is what it's all about. This is why I talk to you guys about these tokens, and I'm telling you guys, like when we look at some of the names tied to these players like Hedera, this is not your, maybe this project's legit, maybe it's not, we don't know. Like Hedera is out here working around the clock, tapping into massive enterprise grade names. You have major names like Shinhan Bank, for an example, jumping in on Hedera. You have Standard Bank. I mean, a lot of these players are utilizing Hedera because of their tech stack. And I keep telling you guys, the tech stack is so damn crucial to focus on because that's what's allowing Worldpay to tap into Hedera, right? And it's so exciting because the money behind some of these names like Worldpay are astronomical. $25 trillion a year when you combine the likes of Visa, MasterCard, and even FIS. Like this is where things get very, very interesting, right? And I want you guys to understand, like we're still in the infancy of the space, so we still have a long way to go. But just starting to tap into this, it's huge. It's huge. I mean, we're talking about something that's 25 times. Let's put this into perspective real quick. It's 25 times larger than the global crypto market cap in payments volume per year. Think about that for a second. That is absolutely huge. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Peace out.